What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another live Junkyard Breaks. Howdy, boys.
What up?
What up, what up? Can
How's
everybody
everybody
hear
doing?
everybody? Dolph's
I think
got his
so.
microphone.
The only reason why that happened last time was I didn't turn on desktop audio. So I don't know. I think I've had problems with people listening on their phones, and whatever I got going on is not in stereo. It's only
Okay.
coming out one ear, and if desktop audio is on the right ear and not the left ear, you won't hear it at all. And I forgot to turn the TV off. Hold on one second.
It's like an audio drama.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
One day.
One of these days, we're gonna be content.
One day.
So everybody's doing good?
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's talk about Comic-Con.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So
You mean,
there was a
you mean Driveway Con or actual Comic?
yeah, really. There was a lot of good trailers, right? What do you guys want to talk about first? Let's talk about Black Adam. How's that?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about Black Adam.
What did you think about it?
The Rock.
I feel like
It's too much rock.
with The Rock, they shouldn't miss, but they could just still go over the top.
I don't think The Rock pulls off serious very well.
Yeah. Let's think about
Like
this.
every
Is there
time
any
he's played a serious
Rock
role,
movie
like
that does it?
Scorpion King, without the comedy, he's just, I don't know.
So, do you think he'll be better in Super Pets than he is in Black Adam?
No, I don't
Well,
think
he's
I don't
got
think
Kevin
he'll be
Hart
good
to
as-
fall back on.
Yeah,
that
he does
too.
have Kevin Hart there. Yeah, I don't know.
Christopher, that was maybe the most hardcore dig when you weren't even looking at the camera. Like it was such a solid rock burn right there.
I don't have any problems with The Rock or anything. I'm just saying that,
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm the same way. I like The Rock. I like The Rock's movies, but I don't know. This seems like a stretch for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny. Like, I saw the Shazam trailer, which was only like very short,
But
and
that I
I
like
wanted
more.
to see the Shazam trailer. I want to see the new Shazam movie
Yeah.
more than some of the other movies I saw.
Yeah, Shazam looks good. I like that universe they built.
yeah, I'm down with Shazam. I thought the first one was great.
I love
Yeah,
the
me too.
first one. Yeah, it's so
I think
funny
that was
how
probably the most solid DC movie that's been put out in like a long time.
I just feel like still DC. They need Henry Cavill back. They're missing a mark. They're missing the mark big time. They're focusing on the wrong crap.
Well, what was the deal with that? Wasn't there supposed to be some kind of announcement, and then there never was?
I think they're trying to distance themselves from Zack Snyder as much as possible. And that's,
So
if anything, Superman is from soup to nuts. That's his guy. Like that's his Superman. That's his Justice League. Like everything else was more studio stuff.
Why are they trying to separate him? Because of the Snyder cut, or because of
No, I
like?
think I think they got such bad feedback on the darker DC universe that they just don't even they released the Snyder cut, but it's like, all right guys, you're getting this, but that's it.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting how both companies right now, I mean, because obviously Marvel is taking swings and misses, but their hit rate's a lot higher, right? So they're like a major league ball player who's going through a little slump, but they're going to come out of it,
Yeah.
where because they show some signs of life. And DC's like a minor leaguer who gets some cuts in the big leagues and has a couple flashes in the pan. You're like, maybe they could be great, and then you're gonna hang on too long. You're gonna give them a 3-year contract, and then they're gonna break your heart.
So like, all right. So what are some DC movies that we have liked? I mean, I liked Shazam. I liked the first
Shazam.
Wonder Woman, and I did really like the second Suicide Squad. I thought that was really good.
well, the James Gunn.
Yeah. I love.
See, that's the thing. The James Gunn Suicide Squad was excellent.
It was great.
It was miles better. I think that the first Suicide Squad and the Birds of Prey movie were pretty terrible.
Oh yeah, the Birds of Prey movie was real bad.
But
if you lump Peacemaker in as far as universe is concerned, then you have to include
James Gunn again.
Yeah, right. I know, but I mean, it was great.
And I had this conversation on a podcast once about James Gunn and his DC properties, and I said, they need to give like these lower level characters, not even so much lower level, just not Superman, not the big ones, to James Gunn and let him do what he's gonna do. I'd love to see like a Polka Dot Man movie.
Yeah.
Look what he did with freaking Guardians, for God's sakes. I mean, it's not like Guardians of the Galaxy are the world's biggest property when he makes the Guardians movie. Not to mention the fact that he made the Guardians movie with the Guardians from like 2009 or whatever, instead of the Guardians from like 1975 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he took a group that was popular but not wildly popular and made them wildly popular.
I also think like James Gunn is woke proof. Like he took Ratcatcher's daughter. He didn't even take Ratcatcher. Like he's chose characters that like nobody gives a shit because the characters are created well and nobody cares that you're choosing this character or that character. They're interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because of you're checking boxes. It's because you're building a universe. Like he's like I said, he's like that woke argument proof. Like he
right.
makes it interesting. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're pandering.
Yeah, that's true. That's what it feels like a lot of time. I will always go back to Carly Morgenthau or whatever in Falcon Winter Soldier. Like, there's no reason to make the leader of the Flag Smashers a teenage French girl or whatever, and then have her have powers for an hour and a half and be able to be on par tactically with super soldiers, for God's sakes, people who were trained soldiers and then super soldiers. Like,
yeah,
I just thought that was so that was an unnecessary choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I just finished Miss Marvel. I thought that was good. I liked it.
Was it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I haven't started it. Not for any other reason, as I just haven't gotten around to it.
It's definitely its own universe, that's for sure. And I'm kind of bummed that they changed her powers, because I really like the shape-shifting. I mean, there's some of that in there, which I'm like, okay, at least there's some of it in there, but they really changed her origin story and her powers, and it's fine, whatever. Still like it.
I only got to see the first couple episodes so far, but I think at least it's got a really cool style to the show, and the style has continuity throughout the entire show.
Yeah, it's cute.
What was did we talk about this already? Everybody's take on Multiverse of Madness?
Oh, I loved it. I think.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah,
so did I. I couldn't understand why it was getting so much heat. Why people were saying that it was terrible.
Because I don't know what it is about fandom lately. Like, I don't know how everybody was shitting on Kenobi. I loved Kenobi. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I wasn't. I didn't think it was bad.
Wasn't your favorite? Yeah. I mean, I think
well, I mean, it wasn't. It just. I didn't care enough about the character. Like I said, I love Star Wars, and I was going to watch it regardless. I just, I don't see it as being super memorable. It was good.
I mean, I'm
glad I saw it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Reva. I think she was a ham sandwich, but I think everybody else was decent.
Yeah, I think the little girl that played
she was
Leia
great.
was awesome.
She was really, really good. That was an amazing casting.
Yeah, I think the most memorable character out of the whole thing was the dude who I forget his name. Was he in the Eternals? The dude who was it a fake Jedi?
Oh yeah.
You're talking about oh my gosh, Kajal. What's it?
Kamal Nanjiani.
Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. But he's another Ryan Reynolds. He's you know, you get him, you get Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
You get Kamal, you get Kamal. But I mean, it's fine. I'm a fan of his, so I don't mind.
But I liked him. He was like probably the most memorable for me.
Yeah, I liked him.
I think, Dolph, there's this weird thing that people like want to be outraged, or they like want to be pissed about stuff right now, or at least that seems to be the case. I mean, you know, I try not to be that way. I think life is tough enough as it is. Even if you have some privilege, it's still pretty tough. So I don't understand why we got to get on everybody's case about.
Well, that's just it too. It's like I'm personally not enraged, and I'm not saying that anybody says I was, but not enraged by it. I was just like, it was cool, but I was happy that there was Star Wars, and I didn't think it was bad. I'm just not rushing back to watch it again. You know?
Yeah, Jimmy and I's cousin. I was about to say Jimmy's cousin, my cousin too. Our cousin was like flipping out at our family reunion about Thor: Love and Thunder, and
about Thor.
And like Thor? And we're just like, it was like, you know what? It could have been better. There were some parts I really liked. It could have been better, but like, that's whatever is spent for me and my family. That $45, it's spent now.
Right.
I'm not gonna let it ruin any more days. It's probably also not gonna, enlighten me anymore in the future. Like it was what it was. I had some popcorn. I had fun with my kids, and that's that. It could have been better.
That's right. I forgot
you guys liked it more. I'd probably watch it more on Disney Plus in the future. And I'll probably watch it.
Did we ever get Jimmy's full take on that? I don't remember.
What's that?
Did we ever get Jimmy's? I mean, Jimmy's the Thor guy. Did we ever get his full take on it? Did he like it, or?
I think he was kind of. Well, he had only Remember, he had only seen the
bootleg copy.
Only seen a kind of a bootleg copy. So I'm not sure of his his final assessment. He'll probably get a chance to see it in theaters here sometime soon. But I also don't think he was like. He's also not going to get too outraged either.
I don't know, man. Your brother gets pretty outraged about stuff.
I know, but I think he's kind of mellowed out some of the outrage after he had his second child. He's like, oh, you know what? There's actually way more important things in life to get outraged.
There's more pressing things happening right now.
He lost his damn mind when Valkyrie was cast.
Yeah, but that was 2 children ago, though.
That was 2 children ago. Yeah.
There's been a lot of growing up since then.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sleepless nights.
Also, honestly, Tessa Thompson hasn't been that bad. She's been pretty damn good.
Yeah, she's actually been pretty good. She was great. She actually was great in Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
It's actually hard to watch Westworld, and sometimes because she's so evil in Westworld, and.
I can't follow that show anymore. I'm trying like hell. I can't do it.
You're like, wait, is that person a robot?
I can't do it.
Is everybody robots?
I can't. I try.
There's lots of robots.
2 different 3 different timelines, 4 different timelines. I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore.
Partial robots, full robots.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Third robots.
Naked robots.
That's So,
Naked robots.
All right, we kind of went on a tangent here because we were just we got into got into Black Adam, and then we kind of like went off. But so what's up, Joe? How you doing, buddy? So I guess let's go right to Marvel and let's just talk about Black Panther. What do we think? Excited?
I really liked the trailer as an entirety in terms of like I thought the song they picked was cool. It got me excited to see the movie. Visually, it looks pretty stunning. But Chris Dolph and I were talking a little bit before you jumped on, and he was feeling like they maybe released a whole lot of the movie, at least in the trailer, where you could see a lot of what's happening.
There was a lot. Yeah, I'm not happy about how much they released in that trailer.
See, now that's one of the reasons why I don't typically watch trailers. I always have this thing where I avoid them like the plague, because if it's something I'm interested in, you've already got it. You know, I'm already gonna see it.
Like I'll watch the teaser. I usually watch the teasers and avoid everything else. This was like first trailer. Let's just show everything, and I was like, holy crap! They released a lot. I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, the social medias are also not happy about the fact that they're doing so much what do you call it, Central American kind of like lore, Aztec Maya kind of lore.
I have no problem with that at all.
With Namor,
because Aztec it's a fake. I mean, Aztec. Atlantis is a fake thingy underwater anyway. So it's
sacrilege.
It's fine. That one's totally fine. I have no problem with Namor being Aztec or Mayan or whatever the hell he is, South American. I think that's all fine, as long as they do it right. I mean, they're obviously going to go with his half Atlantean, half American, like a land-dwelling father.
Yeah, Central American.
Central American, yeah.
Or South American.
So, yeah, it's all good. That one's fine. There's no arguments to be had.
Yeah, like I said, I thought that some of the visuals were kind of stunning. Just the colors they use, the way they amplify the colors is so awesome. The Dora Milaje looked so bad, coming out of that tunnel or whatever they showed at that cool. One point. Certainly going to be some big fight sequences and stuff like that. So I think it should be pretty rad.
I wish I could find this comment. I think he deleted it because it just didn't go well. I commented on this dude on Yahoo, and I think he took it down because it was the most asinine comment. It was like, I forgot what it was. I can't even. But it was just this dude's beef about Namor and his origin story and how they changed it, and it had everything to do with like, they didn't even find the pyramids until blah 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 until 1938, so they wouldn't have been uncovered then. They would have been all under jungle, so this movie can't exist. And I was like, shut up. I was like, shut up.
Like, they didn't find what like ancient ruins?
His argument was all those ruins should be, because they haven't been discovered yet, should all be like under jungle cover. So it's asinine. It's just absolutely asinine.
They've never people have to get out of the fact that, like, yes, these things take place in our actual world, like New York City, but Spider-Man doesn't actually exist. So, like, we have to, super soldiers don't actually exist. We do have to.
There's got to be some
reality a little bit when we decide we're gonna love comic books. Yeah.
Anyway, so what was the other thing? There was there's the Groot cartoon that's coming.
Yeah, I did not see everything. I saw the I guess that there's the snippet of Daredevil, right? That they show at the end of.
I didn't see a snippet. Oh, at the end of. You're right. What was the snippet? What was the trailer for that?
Yeah, what trailer were we watching? Daredevil's at the end of. Not the end of the Marvels. What is at the end of? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't think.
I watched the trailer multiple times.
Yeah, what's the other big Marvel trailer? Oh, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Yeah,
That's
it's at
right.
the She-Hulk trailer.
How about She-Hulk? I mean,
She-Hulk looks great.
yeah, like all of our, we were concerned. We were talking about like,
The
the
CGI?
CGI will get cleaned up, and it did look a million times better.
It looks good. It looks good.
She looks, my concerns about, She-Hulk being voluptuous and gigantic and stuff like that. I think they did a really good job of creating her.
I love that actress too. That Tatiana Maslany. I love that Orphan Black show is great.
So I thought it looked good. I liked the kind of in that one trailer the nod to breaking the fourth wall where she kind of winks at the.
What?
Oh, yeah, Christopher had it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's a bummer.
Pretty intense. That's certainly makes the She-Hulk trailer seem a lot less important. Makes really anything seem a lot less important.
Yeah.
Christopher, seriously, thoughts are with you, man. Like, just
if
jump off. We'll.
Sorry, bro.
Take care of friends and family for sure.
Anyway. So, I mean, Comic-Con, we got, did we get Captain Marvel? Did they do Marvels?
I mean, when they kept showing the, the screen with the timeline, it was on there, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything about it.
So there's Shazam, Black Adam. I saw Dungeons and Dragons. That looked pretty cool. And then John Wick, of course. That's the one I'm probably looking forward to the most.
Dungeons and Dragons live action?
Yeah, it looked good with Chris Pine.
Okay, I do love me some Chris Pine.
Chris Pine's awesome.
Even the version of him that is the creepy version that Diana rapes in Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, that's definitely some cringe right there.
his scenes where he's in them are probably my favorite parts of that movie.
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic. That movie, I can't wait for that movie. So I see Quantumania, Secret Invasion, Guardians of the Galaxy, Echo, The Marvels, Loki, Blade, Ironheart, give me a break. Agatha, that's another one, give me a break. Daredevil and Captain America is like ending, but then it's ending with Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, right? Yeah, I don't get the Agatha thing, and I really don't. I'm not a big fan. I've never been a big fan of Ironheart. I just don't. Whatever. I saw her in the Black Panther trailer too, and I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense there because of the Outreach project.
Mm-hmm.
So it fits in with the end of Black Panther 1.
Well,
but I just, I don't know.
As somebody who owns her first appearance and cameo here,
you want her to do well.
I hope the actress crushes it.
Yeah,
she's scheduled to be in like 20 projects or something like something insane. Like,
oh god,
yeah.
Oh my god, give me a break.
What do you think they're going to do? They're going to have to switch to newer characters. I don't know that they needed to go all the way fast forward from 60s characters to 2010s characters, but
this is the cringe part of it. Is that do you need to replace Iron Man, or can you just make another character? Like, why does Iron Man now can't be Iron Man anymore? Like, why? It's the same thing with. Then Wolverine's gone, and now it's going to be Kinney and X-23, and then now we're all just transferring all the, like, major male characters to little girls. Like, is that what we're doing now?
Well, don't you think they're going to... You don't think if Marvel owns the X-Men that we're going to get, like, that we're going to miss the biggest X-Men, do you think?
Well, a friend of mine shared an article with me, I don't know if you saw it today, the reason why there's still no X-Men anything was that because Bryan Singer would get a cut if they did anything in a certain timeline. So they're waiting for that to expire so they don't own Bryan Singer anything. Because they want to remove themselves from that pedophile as much as they possibly can.
How did a director get that kind of...
He's a producer too.
Shit.
So he's I don't know if he owns any rights to it, but he's the producer. He's attached to the X-Men. So I don't know if that deal came with them buying Fox, where if they came up with any property in any certain amount of time period that Bryan Singer gets a piece of it. And they're like, no.
See, they should have had a more creative contract. Like, if your movies completely blow, if the contract is void.
Well, how about if you drug and touch little kids, you shouldn't get money.
That's that too. Yeah, there should be a clause that's negated if you're convicted of
Yeah, that dude's a creep.
Criminal behavior.
Anyway. Yeah, what movie did he get thrown off of? That they're like, yeah, you're out of here. Was it not Sherlock Holmes? I forgot what it was. But he didn't get to finish it. It might have been in Days of Future Past. They were like, yeah, see ya, goodbye. I don't know if we can do our animated movie Tournament of Champions.
No, I don't think
it's
so.
It's just you and me.
Yeah. Only going to be two opinions. I think that's going to be a dish best served when we're at full strength.
Maybe.
Right now, we are not on the power play.
No, we're not.
We're short-handed.
We're definitely short-handed, killing clock.
Yeah. Got our best two defenders on the ice. Just skating in circles.
The big bodies in the back line.
We're just freaking diving in front of pucks.
That's it. That's all we're doing. Did you get anything?
I did get to see Bob on Sunday.
Oh yeah, was he happy?
Yeah, he was he was super excited about the book. He actually really loved the fact that it was encased. He thought it just looked so cool. But he still wants to get the Eternals books graded.
Yeah, we'll do it. I got them. For all you guys that missed last week, Jason's friend Bob, we sent in Tomb of Dracula 10. It came back in 8.5, which is
8.5, yeah.
a really nice book. But he didn't know. He got it in what did he get it in a clean out? He didn't even buy it.
Well, no, he's had it for probably, I would imagine he's had that for at least 25 years in just a box, because his dad was an antique dealer and did home clean outs, and so that would have been something he got when we were teenagers, and it's just been in a box ever since. So
what's up, man?
Going on?
You all right?
Yeah. Neighbor just dropped dead.
Your neighbor did?
Yeah, it's a buddy of mine. Obviously, he lives next door, pal around. But yeah, just he just called me. And they were like, "Yeah, he's gone." I was like, "Excuse me, come again?
Wow.
Where did he go?" They were like, "No." I said, "Oh." So
yeah, you said you palled around with him a little bit.
What's that?
Like you had some conversation, like you talked to him a lot, like.
Yeah, like it was just it was like neighbors who don't hate each other.
Damn.
Lend him my lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Sorry.
Yeah, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. But there's been some stuff going on there next door for a minute, so I can't say that I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But still surprised.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, just you don't anticipate.
No.
That.
You're talking about Marvel movies. The next minute you're getting weird phone calls.
right. Yeah. Well, and I think it's kind of human nature that you anticipate you have another day in front of you.
Right.
Or many days in front of you.
Yeah. Weird. Very bizarre. But anyway, figure it out.
At least
figure out what's
Loki
going on.
Season 2.
So we were just talking, Chris, about starting to talk about whether we picked anything up this week, and I was talking about how I saw Bob and gave him his Tomb of Dracula 10 this weekend.
Did he see on the feed last week or no?
He did not know.
He doesn't watch us, right?
No, he hadn't watched it. No,
he's like one of those guys that like, I don't have a computer.
All right, so
I have so many of those guys.
What was his reaction?
I deal comics and cards with and say, hey, you should check. It's like, I don't have a computer. It's like, really, dude?
So he was very excited, but very excited from the point of view of
that it's
even though he doesn't know much about comics, he his dad was an antique dealer his entire life. Bob has been basically a antiquer and seller for.
He's an interesting guy to walk a flea market with, because he's got a wide. He knows a lot of stuff about a lot. Like, he was picking up like dolls and like garden stuff and things I would have never even looked at twice, and he would like go look at it real quick and then give you like a 30-second education on what he looks for when he looks for that. And it was really interesting.
He knows
mobile antique roadshow.
Yeah, he knows a tremendous amount about like stuff like holiday decorations, like, you know. He had been buying those ceramic Christmas trees for like the last 15 years.
Doesn't he also like those puffed up? What are those? Those plastic.
Those blown plastic Christmas ornaments.
Yeah. Yep.
Those things are worth a mint.
Like the big ones, the lawn snowmen, and
the Halloween ones, the turkey ones. He knows, what is a good price for the, I don't know, the freaking nutcracker. Nutcracker decorations are not a good price for nutcracker decorations. So he just knows about that kind of stuff. So he definitely appreciates antiques. So, but he had never needed to get something kind of graded or third party authenticated because he doesn't deal with toys or anything like that. So he just thought it was pretty neat.
He appreciates the conservation of the book more than he does the like resale value of the book.
Yeah, but I mean, he recently sold his Pyrex collection. He was a huge Pyrex person.
I used to follow a guy on YouTube that knew a lot about Pyrex, and that was interesting too. Like,
I mean, Bob organized like the Pennsylvania Pyrex swap meets that happened every single year for like the last decade and stuff like that.
Crazy.
So so anyways, he was just really excited. Pyrex. But he had a box of like probably 100 or so comics. He said, Jay, can you take a quick look at these? And I flipped through them, and there was nothing really of much consequence, a lot of like $3 to $5 books. But there was a what do you call it, a Toxic Avenger one in there.
Oh, nice.
And so he just gave me the box because he's like, well, I can't do anything with them. So I picked up those books. I didn't technically buy anything this week, but still did get like $100. So that's what I picked up this week.
What do you want for Toxie?
I don't know, Chris. I haven't even
I love that
gotten it out of the box yet, but it will definitely be for sale, and I'll give you first crack.
Sweet. That's all I ask.
Did get the owl card.
Oh, you got one.
Yeah. So there's like the pages on the front, and then on the back it's got the grading system, and it comes with a little ruler for like measuring the sizes of tears and stuff. But yeah, that's the owl card.
Oh, that's cool.
Made for an interesting conversation. 2 cards in one. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But I didn't get much. Just what I picked up from the Comic Fortress yesterday, but it's nothing really worth talking about.
Did you get a Something Is Killing the Children box?
I did. What did I get? I got the die cut, but I also got the one that you didn't get. I think you got the best one, and then Jackie got the cheap one, and I got the peach.
Oh, cool.
The $30 peach cover.
Nice.
I love Erica Slaughter.
What were those?
What's that?
What were those? Was there a mystery
Something's
box?
killing the children. No, these are
Oh
just
no!
the
Did you get the
store
short
variants.
box?
Did I get the short box?
Yeah, there's a something they did a something is killing the children short box this week. I had Cadup hold one for me.
A short box?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the 10 covers? Oh,
no, like
yes.
a short box
I'm
with
sorry.
the art on it.
Yes,
yeah.
I did see the short box. Somebody did buy one when I was working the register. Yeah, they were cool.
I wanted one because I have like so many variants that I'm able to probably fill a short box with.
You know what? That's not a bad. I never even that hadn't crossed my mind. I would have probably just treated it like any other short box, but to put all my something is killing the children's in there, I probably could fill up at least 3/4 of a short box myself. Yeah,
right.
That's a good idea. I got to drop something off to him tomorrow, so he needs more Pokemon.
There you go.
He's like, get me more. He's always like, why'd you spend so much? I'm like, because Pokemon always sells. And he's like, stop buying so much. And then I go in the other day, he's like, I need more Pokemon. I was like, dude, I just told you. I was like, Pokemon sells. I was like, of course. You got to keep buying it by the case.
Yeah.
I got
to head over there.
All right. I love the Scotty Young, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's another Scotty Young that's coming out next week. The Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it gonna be one of those multi-character?
Yeah, it's got all like Spider-Gwen and Miles and Peter Parker and.
So interesting, how quickly like Scotty Young could probably produce stuff versus somebody else, and it's not because this is not a slight on his kind of artwork, but it's just so cool that he's created this niche where he's so good at like a cartoon style, which naturally he can probably produce faster than like a full-blown painted, Alex Ross cover or something like that. But they're still just as cool and just as fun.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
But he's probably able to produce way more of them than some other folks,
Oh, I've seen his Instagram live draws, and he can knock something almost fully rendered in a couple hours. But we saw. But on the other hand, though, I mean, you're right. Scotty's just like black lines and single colors, not a whole lot more going on. Yeah. But we saw Assad Ribic knock out these full color gouache, like 18 by 24 full page renders, full color in like hours, like 2 hours.
That's freaking crazy.
He had a Wolverine versus Omega Red. It had to have been the size of it had to have been 18 by 24. Fully painted, fully drawn, completed, and on his wall and ready to sell in 2 hours.
That's crazy.
And it was just as good as any cover he did for Thor or Eternals. It was amazing. Crazy. Some of those guys, they're really good.
They're machine, yeah.
They can smash it. They just keep spitting it out. It's crazy. Yeah, fun to watch too. It really is. I'm in awe. A lot of those guys. Like when we watch Kim Jong-ji, same thing, man. He just spits stuff out with such speed and quality. It's just fantastic.
You and Jimmy went to a drawing class with him. Is that
we did? Yeah. That was impressive. He talks about perspective and how he draws in perspective. He finishes it off with like a watercolor render.
Yep.
That he sells for like $2,500, like on the spot. Like that he just did. It's like he did some monster with a Yankee hat and he sold it for like $2,000. But yeah, he just shows perspective and how like he's drawn a dog, a tiger, and a motorcycle so many times that he just knows what it looks like. Like there's
From
not
all
a whole
angles, right?
Yeah, it's amazing to watch him do his thing. What's cool is though how he can do like a 40-foot mural of like a SWAT team going after a bunch of zombies, and it's like, oh my god, the detail that he puts in there.
Yeah. Unbelievable, right?
It is unbelievable. Just how it grows, how you see the whole thing just grow.
Yeah, you guys know I don't consider myself an artist, but I'm like a photocopier. I didn't get Jimmy's talent from our dad, but I got the ability to like draw things from pictures. And I think that that's one of the most difficult things to do when you're doing something at scale without, it's very difficult to do stuff at scale, because once you start like at large scale, because if you think about the fact that like if you're working like 8.5 by 11, 11 by 17, and you're sitting over top of your drawing board, you can see the entire surface still, right? If you're doing a wall that's 8 by 10 feet, you can really see what's in front of your face. You constantly have to step back 6 or 7 feet and then come back and then come back.
A 17-foot wall without a plan or an underdrawing.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
That's the most crazy part of it. He doesn't even do it in pencil and go over it with pen. It is just permanent from the get-go.
Right.
Like
it's continuous, right? That's what I mean.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy,
yeah. It's unbelievable. Yeah, that dude is amazing to watch. It's a pleasure every time I've got to see him. He had a thing on Instagram where he just drew I think it was a Vader Down cover. It was a big hit on his Instagram. Me and Jimmy were actually right over his shoulder watching that thing get like just spilled out of his brain onto a comic cover, and it was like, oh my god, he just knows. Like, how do you know Vader? Like, I can draw Vader in a shape, but not to the detail that guy just recalled a stormtrooper and Vader like that. Like, and it was like perfectly rendered. Like, holy crap.
That's the part that my brain doesn't work. My brain does not have the recall, like to see the thing in my face and my mind, and be able to reproduce on the spot.
It's crazy. Very impressive. Very.
And who was that?
Kim Jong-ji. Yeah. He did a couple of American comics. I know he did a 9/11 book. He comes in and does covers now and then. I think he even did Something Is Killing the Children cover. But it's very rare that he'll come in and do a cover. But when they do, I always like to get him. He did that one for, is it either Gunslinger Spawn? He did a weird one like that, where he just out of nowhere there was like a cover of his, and I was like, oh.
Was it a variant, or was it?
It was a variant. It was like a 1 in 50, and it was just already too. Oh, it was also, he did that San Diego, or not San Diego. It was just a Comic-Con. He did a Godzilla Mondo poster that I was like, oh my god, it's beautiful, but I can't get it for cheaper than like $500. So I'm like, nah, not owning that. But yeah, like I said, that dude's amazing to watch.
Well, speaking of Vader, I just got notification that one of the Mike Mayhew covers that I ordered is shipped. So
Good.
I should have that.
That's nice. Do you get that from his website?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you follow for covers?
Me personally?
Yeah, for like, because I don't follow a lot of guys for covers, except for John Tyler Christopher. I'll follow him, and then Alex Ross.
Yeah.
But I don't really chase after guys when they do their pre-sales. So I'd like to know, because you seem to do that a lot. Who do you like hunt for?
I look at Mike Mayhew. I look at Tyler Kirkham. Just because, excuse me, those guys are regularly like putting stuff out. John Tyler Christopher, obviously, whenever he does his negative space stuff, I really like that.
Yeah.
Personally, I really like Mark Brooks. So if I see he's doing something, but he doesn't do a lot of exclusive stuff like on his own. He'll do, something will just come out.
So he'll do like somebody will hire him for a store. He'll do like a store cover, and he doesn't get to sell it. The store gets to sell it.
Yeah,
or he might get like a few issues.
There's another guy that I do follow, and I can't pronounce his name correctly. It's a Japanese guy, but he does a bunch of Star Wars covers, and his stuff's pretty gnarly. Yeah,
cool.
I'll have to send you a link to him. But,
yeah.
For the most part, most of what I like obviously, I like Scotty Young. I like Mark Brooks. I like, Jock. I like, there's a ton of different artists that I'm into, and I'll just grab when I see them. But
yeah, Jock is one of those that I like to grab his covers when I can too.
Yeah, but most of the time I'll just like search out like who's doing Star Wars stuff at the time.
But now, when it used to be like that, like I obviously I still buy Peach covers, but Peach is just so She's everywhere. It's like Art Germ covers. They're everywhere now. They're not so special anymore. The In-Hook Lee, those covers, they're like really beautiful, but same thing. He's just, there's too much of them now. So, yeah, when you chase covers or you chase artist covers, it's kind of, it gets to a point where you're like, all right, enough's enough. Like,
well, that's just it. It turns into a thing where you're buying stuff that you wouldn't normally buy. So I just kind of try to keep it to, either something that catches my eye. I'm like, all right, that's really cool. I want that. Or
I like when when Kevin Eastman does a non-Turtles cover. Sometimes he gets invited to do a non-Turtle cover. I love Kevin Eastman books.
Who else? There was another one. Oliver. He did the Deceased covers.
Oh yeah, okay.
And those are crazy good.
Yeah, they were really good. I like those a lot.
I think they were Forbidden Planet variants.
Were they?
Like exclusives, the ones that he did, if I'm not mistaken.
But
they were
awesome. Same with Alex Ross. Like, I love his covers, but it's a B cover. It's not like anything special.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do it.
Like Djurjevic, when he comes out with his, like they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
Or Djurjevic.
Juja. You sound like Emery.
I do. No. So yeah, I also that like what is it? Jabba's door guy. Made me think of that.
Bib Fortuna.
No, the robot that comes out.
My mom's pretty sure that Emery is speaking Japanese because
she might be.
She keeps switching the language on Jimmy's phone when she's watching some of these cartoons, and because she's talking a lot. It's just not English yet, and pretty funny.
Yeah, that leads me to what I was saying the other day about Tales of the Jedi. It's not. I can't. It's terrible. It is so bad. But Kanan is really good. Like, I'm like in the second trade paperback now, so I'm like, what am I, like 6 issues in? I love it. I'm so sad I didn't read it earlier.
Yeah, Kanan is really good.
Yeah, his origins.
I think I'm gonna sell those books. I'd gotten a bunch of those books, luckily, in dollar bins, and I think I'm gonna move on from them because I don't want to really wait for like 4 or 5 years until he's a character in film or TV.
Well, they're all going to be in Ahsoka next year.
Are they going to be in Ahsoka?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't move them yet, because you don't have to wait very long. I mean, Ezra, Hera, Sabine, they're all cast for Ahsoka.
And if you do move them, I'll take them.
Yeah, exactly. me and Chris will split them.
Right, there you go.
Yeah,
I got a few 9/8, so you could have those.
They also said, they are going to focus on Ezra and Thrawn disappearing into the what is it called? The void? That wasn't the void.
Oh,
yeah, where did they disappear into? Now I gotta look it up.
You put me on the spot, and now I can't remember.
That is a book that since has cooled off the
it's like
the Empire that I wouldn't mind finding in a even higher grade,
Not hyperspace.
Chris, you have a 9/8, don't you? Of Air One, Air the Empire.
I do. Do I have a 9/8? Yeah, I have a 9/8. I have a 9/8 of 9/0.
You have multiple copies, right?
Yeah, and I still have one that's coming back, and I have 2 more raw.
And you had at least one newsstand, right?
Yeah, one of them was newsstand.
Well, they just call it the unknown. He disappeared into the unknown.
No, it's called something.
That's what I thought.
It is definitely called something. It'll come to me.
Oh,
Ezra Bridger disappeared into deep space when a Purgil who had... Oh, God.
Yeah, here's a surefire way to find out.
Dolph's taking a deep dive on Wikipedia.
I'm texting my kid.
So did you boys take a look at the Hot 10 this week?
I'll be right back. Yes, I did well on the Hot 10. You guys?
Oh, shocker. I have one on the Hot 10 this week. Christopher, it's mostly Silver Age Marvel.
So I am out.
There's a couple Bronze Agers in there, but mostly Silver Age Marvel.
Listen, if we're doing this in another 20 years, then I'll be in.
especially around Star Wars films,
right?
for sure.
Oh, excuse me. I'm drinking a ginger ale and now I'm burping. There it is. Where is it? No one knows. No one knows. Yeah.
Hey, what's it going to take for you to finally get this collection from your buddy?
Dude, I'm trying not to hound him too bad.
What
so
if
I make
like
it like
what
a
if
once a
friend,
week?
What if a friend of yours hounded him that you just happen to do on YouTube Wednesday night chats? Would that help or hurt your cause? I think probably hurt, I guess.
Right. Well, like I said, I gotta just show up at his door with money one day and just be like, here.
Show up with a truck. Be like, I'm here, you're here.
Chris, you want to go over your books real quick that I have from you?
Oh yeah, let's do that because
I got Obi-Wan 1.
I want to write it all down real quick too. So I have the Obi-Wan.
You doing some submissions?
That's a Tyler Kirkham.
Yeah.
Some missions?
Star Wars 1.
That's Jason Aaron. That's the variant.
Oh yeah, Torpedo back. Nice 129 cover.
Yeah, that one's cool. I really like that.
Really cool.
That's a
Jedi
Star Wars #1 too.
Fallen Order #1.
That's a variant as well. That's like the hard to get variant.
Siri Juncha. Galaxy's Edge #1.
Yeah.
Those are great covers.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Inquisitors.
Good grief.
We got 1, 2, 2 Cad Bane.
Uh-huh.
And then 1, 2, 3 Cad Bane covers.
Yeah, that's
all
right. 3 of those.
We got the Constantine.
Just one? Did I give you one or did I give you 2 of those?
I got 1 of those.
Christopher, is that a newsstand?
Not newsstand. Vader 1.
Yeah, that one is a...
Willis Portasio.
I don't know what happened, but that one shot up in value like crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what the print run is. You got that Mandalorian book.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars 68. And then you
No
got
newsstands
Shazam
there.
#5.
Mm-hmm.
And then DC Comics Presents 87.
There we go.
All right.
Hey, that's going to be a big submission.
That's
It
what
is
I
going to
got.
be a big submission. So how many books is that total? Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21.
21?
Biggest question is which of those have to be in a different tier? Any of them? I don't think there's any that aren't age-wise in modern tiers.
No, 68 and
Yeah,
Star Wars 68 and Swamp Thing.
Definitely 68 in Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Constantine book in high
Yeah, but
grade
they're
is gonna be worth
still
some money.
modern, aren't they? They're 83?
Yeah, but they might be over the threshold. Right?
Depending.
It's a $400 threshold.
You got 400. It's so dollars.
Yeah, that
so
Constantine in a
whether or
9
not you want to declare it.
Right. But that
So,
Constantine in a 9 or a 9.6 is almost $1,000 for a 9.8 now, right? So
yeah. So, right. So, but I think there's probably a significant drop off. So, hoping Chris gets a 9.8. And
hey, you all know what I would do.
The idea that he doesn't want to overpay for
economy. Until they tell me otherwise. You saw what happened.
What's that?
You saw what happened. That's the ideal situation. You send in everything at the lowest level. They say, "Hey, this Tomb 10's worth more. We're going to charge you another $40," and you're like, "Okay."
Yeah. And they didn't charge me another $45 for my Batgirl, and that was worth a G more than the $1,000 limit.
You see like how to play the game now, and you see how I managed with what I managed. Like I would just put everything as low as possible. And let them come back at you and say like, "Hey, this should be in a higher tier. You owe us this," and you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't do their friggin' job for them.
Yeah,
like,
$20,
I mean, Chris, we paid extra for my newsstand New Mutants 98, and then it comes back a 9.0, and it's worth about $450. But I paid the extra as though it was going to be north of 1,000 because we thought it was probably a 9.6, you know?
Right.
I missed his comment. Plughouse said, "Have you guys heard the rumors about Hayden Christensen playing Nova in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Any thoughts on the casting?" I hope not.
Is that real life?
I hope not. But I thought Gosling was going to be Nova.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I know he's been saying out loud that he wants to be Ghost Rider, but I thought he's always been Nova. I don't know. Hayden Christensen.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I thought Ryan Gosling.
I thought he was playing a new character called Dreamboat. You know.
Well, he is playing that.
Or the Notebook. He's a Dreamboat in my book.
He is dreaming.
I don't know. I don't think Hayden Christensen can act.
So, Dolph, the 9.8 of Constantine in the direct is $2,018 according to cover price. A 9.6 is $552.
Sounds good.
$1,500 difference between.
I don't think that I have a 9.8 there.
I don't have it near me, but probably not. Not the way they're not giving 9.8s now.
Right.
That comic investor guy, everybody's putting out like CGC disappointment videos now. Like everybody's annoyed.
Yeah.
Ryan
that's why I gave it to you,
anyway.
so you can clean it up as best as it can be.
We'll make it so nice. We'll make it so nice.
We'll make it look like a Sinatra.
We'll make it so nice.
I know I have another one, and that's maybe I'll drop that one off to you. And
I know I have a solid. It's at least a 9.6. It could come back a 9.8. I bought it at an online auction for like $30.
Now this is my.
That's like one of those where the pictures look good, but is it too good to be true? And then you get it back and you're like, "Oh, this is nice."
He said nice.
It's so nice.
Oh, look, I have another one of those, but I have the black and white.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That is a great cover.
It is a great cover. Maybe I should send this one too.
That's from the 2005 Star Wars Marvel run?
The 2015.
Or 2015, sorry, not 2015.
Yeah.
Is that the Aaron one? But Hayden was great in the Obi-Wan show, though. I mean, yeah. I guess he could play Nova. I know one kid came out and said he wanted to be Sam Alexander. I don't remember who it was, though.
One of those.
Yeah. Is that newsstand?
This is a newsstand.
Woohoo!
Maybe I should send this in, huh?
Yeah.
Even if it came back, what, like an 8.0?
Yeah. That's like one of those books where you should just have it slabbed because...
Yeah, you don't want anything else to happen to it.
That is, what, issue 42, right?
Correct.
Yep.
So that's what, 81 or 82?
That is... It's December, so it's probably 81.
Yeah.
Brandon Perea wants to play Sam Alexander. He looks the part. He could do it. I don't know how he acts. He's in Nope. I don't know. Dream casting though. Who do you want to see as Nova?
Shit.
Nick Cage should return as Ghost Rider. Yeah, that's true. I would love to see Nick Cage come back.
Did you guys, Chris? I don't know if you're an NFL guy, but did you guys see Aaron Rodgers show up to training camp?
I put that in a chat with the guys. That was the funniest thing.
They did a lot of side by. Did you see that picture at all, Chris?
Yeah. No.
Aaron Rodgers, from the Packers showed up to training camp, and he looked like Nick Cage from frigging
Con Air.
From Con Air.
So bad.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
so
he was wearing a tank top.
He even walked like hair. I mean, he had the tank top tucked in with the belt. Like it was like it had to have been on purpose, right?
Yeah. So it was pretty funny though.
Samuel, I would love to see Nick Cage come back as Ghost Rider. I'm a huge Nick Cage guy.
Oh my god.
He's age appropriate. 60-year-old Ghost Rider. I don't know though. When I think of from Nova, I'm still thinking like a young blonde, like a short-haired blonde kid.
Well, did you see
like young Affleck could have been Nova. What's up, Jimmy?
Yimmy.
I could see Hayden playing Negative Flash. Yeah, sure. I could see him playing Flash. Ezra Miller's not going to be there long. I wonder if they're going to let Gustin take over. Yeah, no. I wonder if they're going to let Gustin take over, though. Or they're going to try to recast them.
What I thought that movie was like done in the can and ready for editing.
Oh, that's why they're just not going to let him do any on the like a press tour. They're just going to hide him. But they have too much in it. Like you can't kill the movie. You got Michael Keaton's Batman in it. Don't you also have Batgirl or Supergirl? Supergirl.
Yeah, right. Because all the Batman chatter, our Batgirl chatter is like they're still not sure whether it's a movie or a show, right?
Oh, that's Batgirl.
Right. That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. I thought it was a TV show. I'm not watching that crap.
Yeah.
That's like CW.
Yeah, I got to decide whether I'm going to sell my book on eBay and well,
now the Christian.
I told you too. My son, my 8-year-old, right, told me that it was not that it was financially irresponsible to sell on eBay.
I saw that. Well, now that Christian Bale was just Gore, I think he'll be out of the running for any other roles. Jimmy, who do you want to see play Nova? I think Gosling would be a good Nova.
Yeah,
you know,
Jimmy loves Gosling just as much as I do.
You know who I like? Who I would love to see in the MCU, and he's an awesome actor. Ben Foster. What's up, John? Ben Foster is an amazing actor. I would love to see him as somebody. You know what? I'd love to see if Gosling was Nova. I'd like to see like Ben Foster as like Ghost Rider. That would be cool.
What's the deal? You want to do the hot 10?
I don't know. Do you want to do the hot 10?
Let's do some hot 10.
All right, we're going to do this as fast as possible for Christopher's sake. Dolph, do we want to do how many of the hot 10 do you have this week?
All right, let's see. One.
Ooh, I'm horrible at this game. Let's play.
Can I guess? So there's obviously 10. I'm going to guess right off the bat, Dolph has 5 of the 10. 6? 7.
7.
All right. Which 3 does he not have? Well, one of them I know he doesn't have.
Which one is? Oh yeah, that right, of course.
It's pretty easy when it's worth like $250,000 to know whether or not he has it. So
one of them's pretty easy. All right, let me get the share screen on and share and get the boys on there. Here we go.
There's some big books this week. One of them huge book, but there's some that are, certainly affordable.
Yeah.
This Tomb 1, it's got everything going on for it. Classic cover from a classic artist, from a property that everybody anticipates is coming, to the fact that it's a horror title. I mean, it's got everything. It's a Marvel title. It's a horror title.
Ooh, that's a
it's
good
a Neil
call,
Adams cover. It's got it all. And I think the fact that the high over here says $450 is absurd, based on what we see below.
Right.
A 3.0 sold for $270.
So they got low.
I don't think you're getting a $40 low end book at this point, or even a mid for $120, considering a 3.0 sold for $270 this week. A 9.2 sold for $1,483, and an 8.5 sold for $909. So you picked this one up at the flea market for sure.
Doesn't Comic Tom have a 9.8 behind him, or is that a Werewolf by Night?
His is a tomb. Yeah,
that's a 9.8 tomb, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. That's a big book.
So the question is, does Dolph have it? So I know one of the books that he doesn't have. So I'm gonna go ahead and say he does have a Tomb of Dracula 1.
I would guess that he would.
He does. Ding, 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 ding.
I have a Tomb of Dracula 1.
Well, I know he's got this next book.
Mid-grade, of course.
Too. So Avengers 8, Kang is making a return. So this book was obviously, surface of the sun hot for a while, right around Loki.
Yeah.
And then it's cooled off some, but 8.5 sold for $4,500 this week, and a 6.0 coming all the way up to 2 Gs, which is nice. Especially when you see these lower grades now, a 2.5 selling for $649. This is just I think we've already decided that that the book that people want is Kang proper more than Kang as all of them have seen gains as Rama Tut or Immortus, and all of those have seen gains, but Kang proper, as everybody knows him in the purple pants, is the one that is getting all the love. So
it's purple
I
pants
already
party.
know Dolph has this. So Chris, you get a freebie because I know Dolph owns this. So we're 2 for 2. Picking it up at the flea market, absolutely. Investing in it in these prices, absolutely not.
Did I ever tell you about the purple party?
Purple party?
No.
Real quick.
Pants?
This is amusing. You mentioned purple pants, so
Yeah.
a friend of mine had this idea because we had this one friend that used to dress head to toe in one color. Like he had hats, he had the shoes to match, shirt, pants, whole 9 yards.
To be ironic, or just because he was bad at matching? Or
it's just because that was the style of what he would do. So anyway, we had a St. Patrick's Day party, and everybody was drinking green beer. So my friend's brother ended up drinking a pint that was like loaded up with green food coloring, and he took the greenest shit of his life. So we all had this idea to have a social experiment where we have Joey, who drank the green beer and took the green shit, to drink purple dye and take a purple shit, unhinge the toilet, and just tell the one guy who dresses head to toe in one color that we're having a purple party. So that when everybody shows up, they're going to think the purple shit belonged to the guy in purple.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you ever get invited to a purple party, be wary.
That's like
late pass for the purple party.
It was a social experiment.
Pee-pee party. This next one, I don't know. I can't remember whether Dolph has I want to say, as somebody who's been collecting keys for a while, that he has one of these. but that's not the point. We'll get to the numbers first. 5.5 sold for $1,399. I am still shocked that this book is not worth so much more.
Yeah, me too.
Than this book is worth. I mean, it really is incredible to me, to be perfectly honest.
I think it's just because of the age of it. It's like a good 6 years later than, well, not 6 years, but like 4 years later than some of the like bangers. Like
yeah, but look at FF 48, 49. I mean, like they're only 6 months ahead, or what, 4 months and 3 months ahead of this. And
the prices are about on par. What is it? 2,548 go for maybe $800, $900.
I guess probably close.
It's about the same, except he's actually got a movie, and it's Black Panther. I think of
Black Panther as a certainly an equitable, if not bigger, character, right? I mean, you know,
this is like one of those books that, in my opinion, is one of those safe bets that will go up plateau, but never go down significantly.
Yeah.
You can always count on this book to just keep going up in value.
What a freaking great cover too! Like,
yeah, it's a great
could
cover.
It be any cooler with T'Challa jumping in front of the moon like that? It's so freaking cool. Anywho, 5.5, $1,399. So this is what Dolph's talking about. It's very small gains, but you know, something that had plateaued for a while, and you know.
And this is the list pre San Diego Comic-Con, so
yeah, and you know, the fact that we won't get T'Challa back, although these types of books should not freaking matter at all. There's some sort of movie spec around them.
I think you'll see between 5 and 9%, maybe as much as 10% increases on the list next week. I think you'll see this one go from 8 to like a 4 on the list or 3 on the list.
This is a book that I would love to freaking find in a collection to have, even no matter what grade. You know, I want the cover to the black to still be legible, so it didn't have so many cracks through it. But just a cool cover.
Yeah.
I am going to say that Dolph does own a Fantastic Four 52.
I do not believe he does.
I do.
Ding 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 ding. Yes.
An FF 52.
I'm down
Chris,
one.
the next one is a gimme. He does not.
This is a
own
gimme.
Fantastic Four #1.
I mean,
this is a layup.
He might.
This is the golden record reprint anyway, but no, I don't have this.
Yowzers. This is crazy. So if you look down the bottom here, a 5.0 sale of $1,000 outpaces a 6.5 sale of $938.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. And this is actually, this book is worth. Is this worth less than the Thor? Than the
it is.
83 Golden Record reprint?
Also less than the Amazing Spider-Man Golden Record reprint.
Okay.
This is the least expensive of the three. So I got a question for you. So a hypothetical. My friend Ryan, he is a comic collector. He's trying to. I have, kind of like you, Jason. I've taken this man under my wing and taught him the ins and outs of comic investing. He's done very well. So he emailed me today, and he said he has committed to buy and trade for an FF1. It's a 1.0, probably worth about 10 grand. The one thing is, and this is what I asked, so for trade, he gave a Daredevil 1 and an FF48 and cash to trade for a 1.0 FF1.
Were they graded? His books graded?
His books were graded. Yeah, the Daredevil is definitely graded. The FF1 is not, and it has the. So this image won't show it, but right here is the Indica.
Yep.
It's not on this book. It's cut out, so there's a chunk cut out of the cover. Would you trade? Because this is what I told him. I said, if you don't make the trade, you still win because Daredevil and FF48 have such high sides. Like, there's so much happening in those two universes. It's not like Some of these other books that have been like Iron Man. Iron Man is not in the MCU anymore.
Yeah.
He might come back eventually, but this is like where a baseball player retires. His card won't go up again until he gets into the Hall of Fame. So it's the same kind of thing.
He knows that this book's a 1.0, even though it's not graded.
Even though it's not graded, there's that chunk. It's a 1.0. He said a 1.0.
Does he know that it's complete?
Yes.
Okay, so he's pretty firm in the fact that he thinks it's a 1.0.
Yeah.
And it's not a 0.5, right?
Correct.
But his books are graded or his books are ungraded?
I think both of his books are graded.
Okay, so there's certainty in his grades, right? And there's some uncertainty.
Well, I'm just saying if you're combining two books, the Daredevil is a 3 or 3.5, which puts it about the 45 to 5,000.
Yeah. Yep.
So that gets you halfway to your FF1, and then maybe his low grade FF48 is probably like another 1, maybe 2K.
Okay, so it's pretty low.
It's pretty low, but the point is though that those two books have so much upside.
Yeah, I agree.
But
then he's putting cash in too.
Yeah, but FF1 is the book that started it all, so there's that. FF1 is the birth of Marvel.
I think if it's equitable, and so here's the question: is he doing this because he's doing it for the best investment, or he's doing it because as his comic fandom he wants to own an FF1?
No, I think what he's doing is he's trying to take his littler books and make them bigger books because I have inspired him to go after an Amazing Fantasy 15.
Okay.
So I think he wants to get there via trade, and he wants to keep leveling up his trade.
Okay.
So he'll use an FF1 to get an AF15.
Well, it says a 1.0 fair market value is $8,700.
Yeah. So I think he agreed to pay 9.
I mean, so he's still got a ways to go from from that.
I'm just saying though, of the two books that he's trading in have about as much upside as the FF1 does.
Yeah, I agree. I guess I guess so that maybe it's a two-part question. My first question, which you just answered, because he wants to trade up. The second question is how fast does he want to trade up? If he's okay at taking a while, then I wouldn't do the trade. I'd hold and
not to mention, and this is what I said to him. I said, so FF and FF48 are about tied as far as like when you'll see a bump.
Yep.
Probably FF1 first because there's no inkling of Galactus and Surfer.
Yep.
But Daredevil 1 has a lot more potential for increase in the months before the TV show comes out. Like there's going to be enough chatter between now and that TV show where that Daredevil book will go up leaps and bounds.
Not to mention they've
before the
FF crushed with every time they've used Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Like they haven't freaking.
And they're gonna be sprinkling him like they're gonna be using him like they used Howard the Duck. From what I heard, like I heard Charlie Cox is gonna be appearing in She-Hulk, and he's gonna be appearing in this TV show, and he's gonna stop along in this movie. He might even be in the Christmas special with Guardians. Like I have a feeling you'll see a lot of Daredevil. So he's gonna be like the Howard the Duck of this phase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's an interesting one. Like when he proposed it to me, all I can think of was I would hold on to FF48 and Daredevil 1. I just feel like they have so much more upside. But then again, this is FF.
Is actually AF-15's coming back to Earth too. Not that I don't think it's going to come back to Earth, but it's certainly receded a bit.
Yeah.
It's mostly seen the bigger falls in the higher grades.
Oh yeah.
But seen some,
But it's done that before, and
coverage.
then a couple years from now, it's going to double.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I think my personal opinion would be I wouldn't want to get rid of the Daredevil one.
Yep.
More than anything.
I like the Daredevil one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him to trade off something else.
I'm still looking for another one because you can still get like 2 O's for 2,500, and I think because I won't reach my Hulk one, I won't get there. Then I would fall back to another Daredevil one as like a backup copy.
Is that something you might target when we're at Comic-Con?
Yeah, I think so. If I can't get to that Hulk status, or even in the realm where I have to put in some of my own cash, like non Junkyard Breaks cash, like some of my own, I might consider a Hulk. But we're still talking the same numbers, almost what I spent for AF-15 for the Hulk one.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking the same.
So then, maybe walking around with some big books. Like I got my my Strange Tales 110. I got my FF5. I have some books that I would be willing to move in order to get a Hulk 1.
Yeah.
Would I part with my first Doom? I don't know, maybe.
Whenever you're saying that, all I could think of is I got my 2x4. I got my American flag. For some reason, Hacksaw Jim Duggan's theme song was running through my brain at that point in time. So yeah, I know that's an interesting one. I'm with you and Chris. I think I would be holding to.
I would be holding the Daredevil.
Yeah.
Cash. I mean, hell, with that cash, you could buy another Daredevil, and then you have 2 Daredevils, which gives you better short-term leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Hanging on to that Daredevil seems like a better idea than the FF1. I think it's what kind of keeps the FF1 at arm's length for most collectors. Like I don't know. I know it's like the book, the origin of Stan Lee's Marvel Universe, but it's like X-Men 1. It never really held great appeal for me.
Yeah.
But I never really liked, except for like some of the X-Men characters, I never really had a thing for X-Men anyway. Not really my, like, I mean, I could appreciate Claremont and what he did, but I don't know, I never really got into X-Men. But Fantastic Four is the same thing. Like, you got a guy like Henry who adores FF. I never got into it. I don't know. Anyway, Marvel Team Up.
Marvel Team Up. So why is this book spiking this week? First meeting of Spider-Man and Ghost Rider. I don't know why I said Rider that way.
Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. But did you see that? So this is based on the thing at the bottom where they said that they registered Midnight Suns as a trademark, but this isn't Midnight Suns. It's just a Spider-Man Ghost Rider appearance meeting.
I mean, I guess, I think if I were to go back like so I've been doing this for what, like a year and a half. If I were to go back like 2.5 years ago with what I know now, I would just buy Spider-Man and whomever's first meeting of everything that I could buy, because like it just
Spider-Man meets Doom, Spider-Man meets Nova, Spider-Man meets Blade, yeah, I know. Everybody. And same thing with Doom. Doom meets Blade, Doom meets Ghost Rider, Doom meets I mean, it's like
it's just crazy how they
But I never put anything into those like first meetups. I mean,
I don't know if this one also is just experiencing the Ghost Rider bump too. I mean, this book is from '73, so it's pretty freaking early in Ghost Rider-ness.
But don't
still
you
got
think
a great
like
cover and
the formula is like the investing formula is a little like predictable now?
Yeah.
So if you can't get the 1, you get the 2. If you can't get the 2, you get the first meetup, or if you can't get the 2, you get the origin story.
Yep.
You can't get the origin story, you get the first like meetups. Like it's
I mean it really goes first appearance, then first cover. If the first
right. Well, first, second, first cover, origin story, and then those interesting first appearances.
Yep.
but it's so predictable now that it's like, I don't know. There's not much. I don't know. I don't know. There's not much to it. It's certainly not romantic. It's just like, okay. It's like just the low-hanging fruit. The next one. And that's what this is.
This one's really
like,
interesting to me. That though, if you just look at this price, this 9.6. I mean, this 9.6 is, or this 9.8 is getting up to where is like, this isn't freaking so far off of his second appearance. Like Spotlight 6, I think, in a 9.8 is only worth like $2,000 or something like that. It's just kind of crazy.
It's a really weird one, especially when you see a 6.0 selling for $56. That's where me and most people would be. Like, I'll buy that book all day long for $50.
Yeah.
I don't need a 9.8. I certainly wouldn't invest in the highest grade of this book because one I'll tell you it's that cheap because of the census.
Yep.
And two, the census is low because nobody is getting this book graded. So there might be a whole lot more 9.8s out there.
Yep.
Because this book, nobody wants it, and nobody wants to grade it, that's why the census is low, not because there aren't any. This is a Marvel team up. This isn't
I don't know
like...
I don't know that nobody wants it, but I know what you mean. Like, nobody was thinking to grade
Nobody was thinking to have this book graded, unless somebody had one and like, oh, wow, this is a 9.8 for sure, I'm sending it in.
Sure.
They're just... The census is low because nobody is after this book. Right,
and there's probably lots of collectors who were collectors in the 70s that have full team up runs. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
And are just sitting in a long box or two long boxes. You know, and I think a lot of the team ups that I've seen out in the wire kind of beat up because people did read their team up books. So
but this is like, all right. So this is a perfect candidate for if I see it at a flea market. Hell yes.
Yes.
Am I going on eBay and having FOMO for this book? Absolutely not. I am not buying this book right now. I'm not going anywhere near this book. I don't care.
I do think it's got a dope cover though.
It's a great cover. And then
that cover?
Further down there's another really nice cover.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah,
is that a Romita cover?
Yeah, it might be.
Looks like
Gil Kane.
Oh, there you go. We all know that a high grade is $100 or $1,440.
Yeah, right.
Which,
see now.
So,
either one.
Important thing: does Dolph own it? Dolph does not own that book. I'm going to say.
Marvel team up.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't care about him, but I'm sure he's picked one up in a collection here or there. I think he has it.
I don't have this book.
Man, I'm betting 1,000 thus far.
So only one left, right?
Yeah, and I well, oh crap. Okay, there's a couple here that I'm not sure about. I know he's got New Mutants 98, which is yet to come.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't is right.
Christopher, do you have New Mutants 98?
I did at one point.
Okay. I was going to say you got a book on this week's.
I do not have it anymore.
So
we're going to give you the win because you.
Yeah, we'll give you the win because you owned one at one point.
Yeah. I'd give you the win just on that comment.
Right.
So Daredevil 7. These next two are exactly what we just talked about. By anything that's Submariner versus somebody.
But this one is his first red costume, so that one has a little bit more juice behind it. It's not like just a meeting of, but exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, I mean this book is giant. I mean, looking at a 1.5 selling for $200. It's crazy.
Yeah.
A $428 and a 3.5.
Yeah.
And an 8.0 selling for $2,250. I bet you, probably 3 or 4 years ago, you can still get this book for $100.
Less.
Yeah.
Less.
So pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because don't forget, pre-COVID, you could have got a 4.5 Daredevil 1 for $900. Because I was in the market for one, and I was waiting on it. How crazy is that?
And that's after 3 seasons of the Daredevil show, right?
That was after the Daredevil show. You could still get you could get a 1/0 Daredevil 1 for $750, because I was in the market for one. I was looking for one every week. And that was a slabbed 1/0 for less than $800. And this was post 3 seasons of Daredevil. And now all of a sudden, post COVID, that book in a 1/0 is $2,500, triple.
So is this a book that Dolph owns? I'm going to say this is the last one he does not own.
I think he has it.
This is it. This is the last one I do not own.
I just in my mind was thinking, would he have bought Doom covers first, or would he have bought this book first?
I just bought this last week. When this book appeared on the list, or I saw it on the list, and I was like, "That's a great cover. I have to have that." And I bought it for like $40. So like, I just bought this like 2 weeks ago.
Sometimes the Doom cover, even if the picture of Doom's not the greatest, if the
Doom face is not great,
how they write Doom is awesome.
Yeah.
Then because he's kind of funky looking.
Doom's face is very flat, but I love the cover.
But he does have, and it's a great, I mean, he's stepping on his own name, but they got a little bit of the Halloween kind of feeling going on in the Doom. I love it.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Christopher, if I find this one at the flea market, I'm picking it.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to pick it up, too, if I see it at the flea market.
I actually am kind of a big fan of the way Namor looks on this cover, but then they did a little mailed in on Doom. Although...
Yeah, a little bit.
they were... It's very interesting to me how they were so on point with the color of Doom's cape in these on these early covers. That is a very particular shade of green, and they're always nailing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very distinctive, and like you said, it's rarely off.
Because I think Jimmy and I's, shouldn't say Jimmy and I's, Jimmy's 1984 Marvel Superheroes Doom action figure. Mm-hmm. I think that was a deeper shade of green, but those, that was 80s Doom cape versus 60s Doom cape.
Right.
And 60s Doom cape had a very specific flavor of green.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot.
Like that Polaris book from last week. Like, when you see a cover that doesn't have colors you've seen before, it definitely sticks out. Like, that Polaris had those browns and yellows and greens in it. I was like, well, that's a cool cover. I do love... So when we look at the 9/8 of this, I really... I think it's a bit of a misnomer, up 400%, but it was sold in 2013, so those were different times 9 years ago. The 9/4, however, up 223%, that still is just from 2020. And we've already got a boom happening in 2020, and this book is up 223% in 2 years. So that'd be a pretty freaking solid investment. But here's the thing. So this is the first battle of Doom and Namor, right? Or you can go to FF6, which I'd much rather do, and get the first team up of Namor and Doom versus Fantastic Four. Is a much better investment, and it's obviously it's a much more expensive book.
Are they comparable in price, though?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
A 2.0 of FF6 is probably like $3,500.
Okay, yeah.
But that's a book I would rather have. Like, I mean, obviously, it's the second appearance of Doom. It's the second Silver Age appearance of Namor, but it's considerably cheaper than the first appearance of Doom.
Or the first Silver Age Namor.
Yeah, of course. But it's a great book. FF6 is both their second appearances and their team up versus versus the Fantastic Four. I love FF6. I think that's a cool book. It's not the greatest cover. Doom is doing like some walk like the Egyptian thing, but it's a great investment book, I think.
Jimmy said, "Blame the inker." Is he talking about? Is he talking about this particular?
It's got to be this one. It's got to be
the flattening of Doom.
Doomface.
Is that what you're talking referring to, Jim?
Got to be.
I have clearly batted 1,000 on Dolph's wins or loss list. So we know that he has the next one, Marvel Premiere 47, because we already decided what he does not have.
This is a great book. This book has gone up so much.
Yeah, and it's a book you can still find.
It's a weird one, though, because it's not Scott Lang's first appearance.
Right.
It's obviously not Ant-Man's first appearance. It's the first Cassie Lang, but it's only Scott Lang's appearance in costume. So if you want Scott Lang's first appearance, it's in Avengers. I forgot what number it is.
Yeah, it's what is it? 181?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but anyway, that's Scott Lang's first appearance. This is just as Ant-Man. It's a great cover though.
Yep.
I think this is based more on Cassie Lang because they said that she's going to be Stinger.
Yeah.
In Quantumania.
Yeah, you can't sleep on these Marvel Premiere books though, for sure. Like
that is so right. Marvel Premiere is like it's a great run of first appearances. It's so good.
There's a bunch of weird ones in it because isn't
well, it starts at Warlock right off the bat.
Well, it starts Warlock, right?
Yeah.
And it has the freaking League of Monsters or Legion of Monsters.
Doesn't it also have Guardians?
And it has
or is that a stunt? No,
well,
maybe not.
Astonishing Tales is kind of the reprint.
That's
I think you're right. It's Marvel. I believe it's Marvel Premiere. What would it be, like 5 or something like that?
Something like that. It's got Iron Fist.
Yeah, there's some bangers, and then it's got some weird stuff. It's got like the Doctor Who,
Jack of Hearts.
What's that?
Jack of Hearts is one of them.
Jack of Hearts?
There's some weird ones in there. I think, yeah.
It's got that Man Wolf as a. Isn't it? Got Man Wolf as a like Man Wolf in Outer Space as
something
a
like that. Marvel Premiere is a fun run.
So yeah, it's got some interesting.
We'll have to do a little side venture on that and see. Maybe we can. Let's see. Marvel Premiere. Will it just look? No, it won't let me just go. I should be able to click on Marvel Premiere and it give to me. You know.
This is true. You'd have to. You'd have to go back to
search title
and, by title. Yep, by title.
39 issues of note.
39.
So it's Warlock. There's that Strange book, and it does Strange for a while. There's a Shumagorath. And then does Shumagorath for a little bit. There's your Iron Fist.
Goes on Iron Fist
and
for a while.
And it does Iron Fist for a while. And then there is Misty Knight. That's a big book. There's your Legion of Monsters.
And some funky stuff.
Wood God, Moon Monarch Starstalker.
Mark of Cain, of course.
Weird World, Secret 3. There's your Jack of Hearts.
There's
your Man Wolf.
And
then Ant-Man.
Alice Cooper, that was the other one I
Cooper, yeah.
Ooh, I want that.
The Coming of Caleb Hammer. There's the Wonder Man book. The
Wonder Man book is in this run. So.
Yeah, this Wonder Man book is a big book because that's his first solo. So that's something to keep an eye on for everybody.
Doctor Who, yeah, some weird
ones.
And
then Doctor Who. Yeah, it's a fun run.
So yeah, I mean that Ant-Man book's for sure.
Yeah,
like a book
a 4.0 sold for 70. I wonder what a 4.0 in a modern book like this looks like. It's got to be shredded. But I would, if you have $100. Well, honestly, if I had $100 to spend, I'm not buying a 5.5 of this book. I'm buying a Nova 1.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I'm spending my. If I had $100, I'm buying Nova books from now until forever. Like I already have 8 of them now. I keep buying Nova books by the week.
If I bought this book too, I would either look for something that was a high grade raw or a good deal on like a like a 7.0 slab or something like that. Like
Yeah,
it was just wildly underpriced.
yeah.
I'm not. I wouldn't be looking to pay top dollar because, like you said, it is a book that has commanded a little bit more money because it is first Scott Lang as Ant-Man and we know him as Ant-Man. But it's also not like this is probably not going to be a book that jumps to $1,000 in any world soon. So
no. I don't even know what does this have anything to do with anything? Like I know. Like, I've been buying MODOK books. I think I have, 10 of those, too. But what does this have to do with anything? MODOK is not in this book.
Was rumored to return in Quantum Mania as MODOK.
Oh, they're making Darren Cross MODOK? Are they bringing that dude back? The one who's in Billions?
I know they've been talking about Darren Cross coming back, the same actor.
Oh, damn. CGL can't hear me. Can anybody else not hear me? Huh. I have to look in my OBS. Oh, my microphone's on.
Jimmy hears.
Jimmy, can you hear me? Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Jimmy, can you hear
CGL,
me?
I bet, Chris, I bet you're listening to me on a phone. I've been having some weird things with stereo sound. I gotta figure it out on my end.
Christopher, are you in a beanbag chair?
I am not. I am in an office chair.
I also have, because I readjusted, I had Chris halfway down. His head was chopped off on the bottom. Chris, are you on a beanbag chair?
Am I what?
Huh. Why can't Chris hear me? My audio is up. Huh. I gotta figure that out. That's weird. What if I did this? Chris, can you hear me now? Or do I sound like I got it, not sure what happened? It was like 20... Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
All right.
So what's up, Chris?
Chris Crumbs gets an honorary. He's got this book due to his
the New Mutants 98. Yeah,
my snarky comment.
He gets right. Chris, we'll be seeing you on Saturday, man.
The roller coaster ride that is New Mutants 98 is back on the ascension. It was at a dip, and now it is coming back up the hill.
So yeah, a 9.8 direct is $1,850 again. I thought it had been around the $1,000 range for a while. I didn't know it was up that high again.
No, I think there was this big disparity between 9.6 and 9.8.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's a huge disparity between any of the 9s in newsstand.
Yeah, sure.
My 9.0 is only worth like $450 versus a 9.8's worth like what, $3,800 or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
a 9.0 newsstand edition sold for $3,600.
I have one behind me.
Yep.
I'm still trying to sell it for higher than that though. I have it. It's like the go away price. Like I'm waiting for somebody to make me an offer, but I should
go away price.
Well, because he wants as much as he can. Go away. I don't want to sell it.
Go away.
All right, fine. I'll sell it for that much.
This is so interesting too. Like this shows you the wacky and wild world of newsstands. So a newsstand direct this week sold for $419, a direct sold for $419 and an 8.0. An 8.0 and newsstand sold for $400. So the huge gains are really relegated to those, 9.6, 9.8, possibly 9.4 numbers for newsstands.
I want to know
the big differentiator.
I want to know how many they printed of these. How
of the book itself?
Many? Yeah.
Well, Chris said everybody has one, so there's 350 million Americans roughly. So there's got to be at least 350 million copies of his book.
Correct.
350 million. I think is probably a pretty sound estimate.
So they're saying
There's a few people in Indonesia that don't have it.
Well, they don't count. I mean, we're just doing U.S.
The total print
audience.
Total print run for 98 is 290,000.
That's what the print run was?
Some people claim that the print run for 98 is 1 million copies, and some even claim to be 3 million. Statement of ownership. Total number of copies are printed. Net print run. Average number of copies each issue. 289,387.
Why would this book have been printed anywhere near like Spawn or Spider-Man?
It wasn't. I think that's what everybody thought it was.
Yeah, but there would be no reason for a late number New Mutants to be printed in the millions.
No,
this is Rob Liefeld's 12th book in the run. It's not like it had become scorched earth in a year's time. Like it would be crazy to estimate that there was printed in the millions.
So that the question is though, and I can't find it, is what's the print run on the newsstand? It's got to be.
Well, this book is from 91, right? And so we already know it's probably like 10% or fewer, or maybe around 15%. I can't remember what the breakdown is. I know with each passing year it gets significantly less.
And isn't there also a jeweler variant of this?
Yeah.
So that would be even less.
Right.
That's like a percent of a
20%,
percent,
and it's truly 290,000. If it's 20% of the 290,000, that's 29,000 times 2. That's 58,000. So
not a lot for a massively printed book.
Total newsstands, right?
Yeah.
So
and not to mention, because it was such low paper quality, how many of them would have make it to 9/8? Not many.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch cross my collection, and I only have one that I thought was a 9/8 and came back a 9/6. I'd actually like to have it regraded.
There's clearly
but I don't have a 9/8.
A bindery tear issue with some of the newsstands on the top.
It's really, really poor paper quality. So I can't imagine. Yeah, it's like a book where it's like Spawn 1. Spawn 1 was overprinted. There's many, many, many of them, which is why it's only worth $30. But this one, so 200,000 copies, or almost 300,000 copies, is not a lot, especially for this time.
It's only worth $30 unless you have a newsstand.
Spawn?
Yeah.
What's that Spawn 1 newsstand go for?
It goes for, if it's graded at a 9/8, it goes for a bit.
Because I don't think, not many of those image books made it to newsstands.
Yeah, I mean, probably
there is
the distribution would have been very hard.
Yeah.
Spawn certainly had a newsstand.
Those Spawn freaking newsstands get crazy actually pretty quick, even for the books that aren't worth much. Like books that are like $4 or $5 books are automatically like $20 books in newsstand.
I gotta show you a book I bought today. I either hit gold or it's a bad picture. But I bought for $20. I bought a Lethal Protector #1.
Huh.
It looks like the black copy.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Newsstand 9/8 Spawn #1 $750.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't be many of those.
Considering that a 9/8 in a direct is $170.
I'll show you real quick. I bought this for $20.
But the red
that doesn't look like the red
foil. Wow,
foil.
that would be a very weird picture because the black is
That's not the red foil.
No.
Is this the second?
How much did you get it for?
$20, $19.99.
Bro, even if it is the red foil, you got a newsstand for $20. It doesn't look like it's got freaking bunch of spine ticks on it. So
no, it looks fine. So I bought it immediately, and it might not be the black because I think the black cover has white instead of the red foil.
Yeah, but there's like 7 freaking errors on this comic.
So look at this. Like there's something wrong with it for sure.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why.
Look at Key Collector probably shows you all the variants, or at least Cover Price will show you all the variants.
That's why I jumped on it though, because not only that, doesn't it say Lethal Protector's supposed to be right here?
Yeah.
And it's missing.
That is odd,
right?
This is a weird book.
So isn't Lethal Protector supposed to be white here?
You got a weird book, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to get it. Hold on.
Bring up friggin'. If only we had an app that brought the world to us and showed us pictures of what things should look like. Oh, we do have one of those. It's right
All
here.
right. Venom. At least it knows my horrible writing.
Yes. So it doesn't say Lethal Protector. I didn't think issue 1 said Lethal Protector. But yeah, there's.
It
I don't
does
know
right
there's
there.
any way.
Doesn't it right there say Lethal Protector?
I don't
Nope.
think.
There's writing right here.
Look at the variants.
All right, I'll look at the
So
variants.
it looks like your spider web is gold in the back.
There was a gold variant. Was there not?
Well, it's not even showing variants.
There is a gold variant, but it looks like the webbing one doffs. What are you doing? Just click on view variants. What's happening
There was
now?
none.
Yeah, there's 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I think I have.
But is it all black? Is there any webs behind there?
Variant ever cover less than 2,000.
See, that doesn't look like there's any webbing behind.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got webbing. No, but you're right. It does have some foil on it. That's why I didn't know if it was some second print or error newsstand.
Yours is a newsstand. So what does that error newsstand look like?
I don't know, but it goes for $4,000.
Oh, that doesn't look like it's got any
No,
foil on it
this
at
doesn't
all.
have any foil on it. That's why I thought it was the black. It's certainly not this. Because look at mine. Look at this one. Unless
That
it's
would be
just
a very weird picture, though.
That's what I was gonna say.
It could just be a weird picture
Yeah, where like
where the red shows up black. I don't know.
I said, even if, man, you got the freaking newsstand.
Even if.
is
So
clean.
what does a newsstand
Way
go
cheap
for?
at $20.
40 bucks. I paid $19 for it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So like it was it wasn't a risk. That's for sure.
I really like that first error where it's like, I want to see one of those comics where, like, half of the wrong cover, like, printed on top of something. Like,
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen one of those really wild books like that?
Well, yeah. Then there's that stupid Black Cat where all it is a little piece of yellow in that
Yeah,
bar
that's
at the
freaking
top, and
ridiculous.
it goes for like double them. I'm like, come on, guys.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Come on now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. It might just be. It's not a black, that's for sure. But if that's black and not red, I don't know, dude. And this
You
is
might
like,
have.
if this is black, it's a $4,000 book.
Potentially, yeah. That'd be crazy.
I don't know. We'll see.
You might have one of those errors that's yet to be identified.
Maybe. Slightly soiled. What does that mean? What did you do to my book?
What does it say? Slightly soiled?
Slightly soiled. That's never good.
Yeah, I don't know anything about a light soiling.
All right, last but not least, Wonder Man, of course. Hopefully we get what's his name from Firefly.
You want Jimmy's homeboy? Nathan Fillion?
Fillion. Yes. I want him.
He's gonna have to roid out a little bit to be Wonder Man, don't you think?
Yeah. This actually leads me to a book I was specking on a while ago. I bought a few of his brother, First Grim Reaper. I was buying a lot of those.
Jim, how old would Nathan Fillion be? In his mid-50s?
It's gotta be in his mid-50s. Did the Mets win? I mean, the Yankees win? Uh-oh. What happened to my...
See, this is kind of crazy. I for whatever reason, I thought this book was cheaper, like even just earlier this year. But I mean, it doesn't look like it was that much cheaper.
Well,
the 5.0 sold
it's
for
still a single
$515
It's a single-digit Avengers, man.
What's
you know,
that?
it's a single-digit Avengers. Like it was never going to be.
I know, but I
cheap.
could have sworn this was on some like last year. This was on some like wildly undervalued cheese conversations. You know, I doubt that you could have. I doubt that a 1.5 though was selling for $184 all that long ago. That's pretty low. Jimmy says Nathan Fillion is 51.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but I feel like he's a hard 51 though.
He's a hard 51. He was good at what was his
like
name in Suicide Squad?
To a greater extent than other people, you know, like because our mom and dad watched Castle, and
but that's great. That means he's only 4 years older than me.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's a hard 51. It's like
and you guys,
like gravity has somehow been heavier in his life than that of other humans.
Listen, it was a hard life dealing with the crew on Firefly.
That's true. That's true.
But Firefly also gave us what's her name? Morena. What's her name? Baccarin? TDK, that's it.
You mean
from Deadpool? What's her name?
Domino?
I know who you're talking about.
She's the hooker.
You're a hooker.
On Firefly.
Chris is swinging for the fence.
He is, man. He's got those sharp one-liners. He's like Don Rickles. Morena, I just don't know how to say her last name.
This is our first roast. Our
first
roast.
roast.
Wednesday night roast.
I love it.
Jimmy just got it. Yeah, Morena Baccarin.
She's amazing. I just watched Deadpool. I haven't seen it in years. I just watched it yesterday. God, I love that movie.
I like saying Baccarin.
Baccarin.
So Deadpool showed up obviously on Disney Plus, but late last week.
I saw that. That was cool.
And the kids saw it just last night when they were looking on Disney Plus, and Griffin's like, "Oh, that's definitely wrong." He's like, "That's definitely an edited version." He's still got a little work. That's definitely still an edited version. And I was like, "Baby, that is not." I was like, "No, it's not. It's like, it's the whole enchilada."
I want to watch it with my son. He hasn't seen Deadpool yet.
Yeah, Griffin's not watching it anytime soon.
No, Nick will be. He's 16 now, so he's ready.
We let Weston watch it, but when it first came out, we just fast forward through the holiday sex scene.
Well, I mean, it wasn't intentional. I just watched the latest Jackass with Nick, and there was more penis in that movie.
Oh,
I was like,
there most certainly was.
I was like, whoa. Like right off the gate, like in the opening credits, it's like Pontius's penis is a Godzilla walking through like a city.
There was a lot of peen.
A lot of peen. And I was like, uh-oh. I was just look at him. I was like, sorry, dude. I don't know what to tell you. You got one. Yeah. I got one. Everybody's got one.
They're ruining Shark Week with stupid like Jackass Shark Week stuff and whatnot.
Oh, are they?
Come on, man.
But okay, so Shark Week. At what point have we seen enough shark stuff?
No, there's
never.
We never. First off, you're right. We've never seen enough sharks.
There's not enough shark
stuff. We were watching this thing, Alien Sharks, the other day. I didn't even realize half these sharks existed.
You gotta watch that, what's his name from 90210, like Sharknado Part 6.
There's always enough of that.
I did a whole watch. I watched the whole thing. I was like, this is amazing.
Sharknado's awesome.
Sharknado's awesome.
Zuring.
And then, Ziering. The Goblin Shark. Goblin Shark is awesome with those teeth. I saw Ian Ziering he was in the hotel room next to Debbie Gibson at Chiller. That was hilarious. Me and my friend, we walked past Debbie Gibson's room. She's just standing there. It says $5 for a photo. I look at him. He looks at me. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. $5
for she's just standing by her hotel room door.
So no. So you haven't been.
Is that an authorized?
She's holding a handwritten sign.
Have you been to? You never been to Chiller Theater, right?
No.
So Chiller Theater is like it's a hotel lobby, and then it kind of goes upstairs, and you have like a floor of a hotel. So
was it like an '80s con or something? Is that
no? It's a horror TV movie con.
Yeah,
so you like walk down a hall. Yeah,
Chiller
you
has a tendency of getting
walk
some
down
pretty...
a hallway, and it's like me and Chris walked in, and it's like, hey, there's Meatloaf. Hey, Meatloaf. There's Ace Frehley. How you doing, Ace Frehley? And so each person has their own room, and we were doing like Burt Ward, Adam West, and I forgot who the third person was. So anyway, Debbie Gibson is just standing there next to a like table, and it says photo op $5. So me and him are just like, yeah, why not? It's Debbie Gibson. Why not?
Ace Frehley's the guy with the white and silver makeup.
Yeah, well, no, I would know him with his makeup on, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
on the wall otherwise.
You couldn't pick him out. Peter Criss, Ace Frehley. You couldn't pick those guys out. No way, without their makeup on.
No.
I mean, even if I didn't know who Ace Frehley was, I listen to Weezer, so I know who Ace Frehley is. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I should add a caveat. I listened to the Blue Album in Pinkerton.
Nice.
But,
fair enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Great Hot 10. Another
Great Hot 10.
Dolph had a Hall of Fame stats again this week.
I had a big goose egg.
7 out of 10.
I'm still under the Mendoza line.
Mendoza. Not me,
But
man.
at least I'm on there. You know, I'm in the game.
I ain't got nothing.
It's hey, Jimmy, you're watching. It certainly could be in the chat the way you're typing. Lazy bastard.
Bastard.
Jimmy, when will you be back? Because we have the animated movie Tournament of Champions. I have it set. 173 candidates from 1939 until just a month ago.
Holy mackerel.
We'll go through it fast, though. There's a lot of buys. So, Jimmy, when will you be back for the animated movie Tournament of Champions? Tell us now. Maybe next
We're all
week.
waiting with bated breath, looking at the
Maybe
chat.
next week, he says.
I'm not doing this maybe crap, Jimmy.
Yeah, we need hardcore commitment.
Seems like following week, although not a complete sentence, is more of a confirmation. Maybe next week, stop. Following week, stop. Sorry, stop. Next week is my art festival. Stop. Jim, me and the kids are coming down to help you with Arts Festival.
Arts Festival.
Griffin's 8. He can work the stand.
Where's Arts Festival? What's happening?
Jimmy is selling at the Ocean City NJ Arts Festival next week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Jim? Is that what it is? It's called
The Art of Surfing Festival. There you go.
It's called the Festival of Jimmy.
Go Himi. Go check out Himi.
Thursday through
The
Saturday.
Festival. Carnival. Jimmy El Carnival.
CGL he might still be here if you guys want. We're going to be at the flea market on Saturday. Come check us out. I'm going to the National on Sunday. The baseball card show in Atlantic City. That's going to be crazy.
You looking to pick anything up? You're looking to unload anything?
I think I'm just looking to walk it. I don't think there's a possibility I might bring some stuff to sell. But I'm saving my cash for comics, not cards. Cards are too volatile for me. I don't see them, like, maybe the vintage stuff. Like, I do buy the vintage stuff, but modern cards,
Yeah.
I'm not into as far as investments. I mean, here's a perfect example. I invested in a Mike Trout rookie, and Mike Trout's back is, like, in shambles. The dude... I mean, he's still a Hall of Famer, but his career is not what it was supposed to be. Yeah, it does look like good weather Saturday, like 80s, which is perfect. I gotta rent a van, though.
You can use a good weather weekend since you've had like 27.
Well, I gotta tell you too. Like, depending on how well I do this Saturday will depend on whether I buy August. I know there's 1 week in August. There's another concert, and I'm looking forward to the cooler weather. If I do well, I'll buy August. I do have to price some new books though, because a lot of my guys have seen my stuff already, my regulars. But I mean, there's new people all the time, so that haven't seen my stuff.
CGL so. Chris, are you selling at the? Is he selling at the flea market?
Yeah, Chris is right. I mean, it's unfortunate that I didn't get to go, but Chris, Alex, and me have created like this little island of like comics and cards and toys. So I actually wanted to see if Street Side wanted to get in on it too. But yeah, we're like in a little cluster there. So we figured like, get our guys like, if somebody came to me and I'd be like, I don't have it, but Chris 2 booths down, he definitely does. Or like cool. Alex does that too. Like, I don't have this, but Dolph next door does. Like, go check him out. Like, it's easier to just say, yeah, just go two tables down.
Sure. Yeah. Keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family. Yeah. But you know how the community is. We're all supportive of each other, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
Except for, a couple bad apples out there. I know. Chris has a lot of stuff.
I have sold some books to Chris and his dad the one time I was there.
Yes.
The one time I successfully actually was there.
Yeah.
I've attempted 4 times.
Chris and his dad have some good taste, so they have a lot of good stuff. Like vintage toys and comics and magazines and all sorts of cool stuff. So
I'm getting lowballed on my Invincible right now.
You're getting lowballed? I'm getting a lot of that too. Everything that I have listed for Kevin, everybody's like divide it in half, and that's all the offers I'm getting. It's like I had.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like a $350 book that goes for $350 sells for $350.
Yeah.
The guy's like, I could do 200. And I'm like, you could do 200 all you want. Good luck finding one for 200.
The John Tyler Christopher Banana Wolverine. This thing sells for $487 with shipping all week long. Like, they're selling constantly. Some guy's like, 200. I'm like, get the fuck. Yeah. Not only did I decline, I banned him. I was like, you can never offer me anything ever again.
That's what I just did with I have a Noah Schnapp Funko Pop that's autographed with the Beckett COA.
Yeah.
I told you about the plight with the other guy. A new guy came in and he offered me $60 and then told me that my prices were ridiculous, so I just banned him. I told him, I said, your offer's insulting, and I banned him.
Ban hammer.
And said, I don't have to deal with you.
No.
But then I was like, am I being ridiculous? So I looked up what the other ones are going for. Everybody's selling them for like $150. I got mine for $130.
It's fine.
Guy needs to go away.
You can't. It's fine. It is what it is. Jimmy sold 3 Akira books this week and my first Omega Red. Nice.
Yeah, I gotta freaking put a bunch of books on eBay this week too, and then I'm selling at the flea market on Sunday. But I'll sell here this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have to get a van. I have too much stuff now.
I want a Sprinter.
And I want a Sprinter too. I was looking at one. And not only that, like, my wife could use the Sprinter when I'm not flea marketing, because she saw how, like, because she's a mountain biker, how they've converted Sprinters into, like, mountain bike sleeping trucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, if you can use it then and I can use it there, and we'll split the difference. Like, we'll both use the truck. Like, that would be cool. Chris, Jason he's out in central Pennsylvania. 200 miles away. He's 4 hours plus from us, or 3?
Yeah, it's like 3.5.
Yeah.
It's almost all of Route 80.
Yeah.
or the first, the first half at least of Route 80.
Penn State land.
Yep.
So that's it. Did we go? We went on what we got, right?
Yeah.
Did our hot 10, and we'll do the animated movie Tournament of Champions next week. Hopefully, we'll have Jimmy.
Well, yeah, probably 2 weeks, right? Because he's got the surf festival next Thursday, starting next Thursday. So he's gonna be in the S, as they say, on Wednesday night, more than likely.
No excuses.
Right. Did you say no excuse?
No excuses. Jimmy, if I'm able to, I'd love to at least meet you down there one of those days to help out.
Jimmy, Dolph we'll be down there too. My mom, myself, and the kids will be down there. So on
Oh, will you?
Thursday and Friday.
Okay. Sounds good. Support the team.
Where is it?
Ocean
Asbury?
City.
Oh,
Is it Asbury?
No, Ocean City.
Ocean City, that's right.
Ocean City.
Yeah, so Jimmy can just stay at his house, right? And then
Jimmy has 2 small children, a mother-in-law, 19 dogs, 27 cats, and a wife. So we'll be staying.
all he needs is a
We'll be
bearded
staying at
all
a
he needs is
hotel nearby.
a bearded dragon and a cockatoo, and he's
Yeah,
Oh.
it's looking more like Ace Ventura all the time.
seriously.
And a flying squirrel.
A flying squirrel. Yeah, we haven't seen Jimmy on here in a while now. We miss his news.
So,
And
our production value has taken a precipitous drop off.
but we have said we kind of like the non-structured opening.
Yeah, he does not like our
non-structured
ping-pong approach to this.
No, he would not. Jimmy wouldn't have a heart attack. We're talking through his news segment, and he's like, "What the f, guys?"
And when we start talking baseball, we really lose him.
Can we get on task here? I got my news segment.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's do a sign off. Chris, I will see you on Saturday at the order. I'll see you on Saturday at the flea market. I will definitely be there. Hopefully, I'll have my kid, but Alex will be there too.
Yeah, good luck, Alex.
Nice.
Good luck, EGL Chris.
Ooh.
Good luck, Chris on Whatnot. We got Whatnot coming up this week at all?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, nice.
Chris has a Whatnot
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. I would like to do a Whatnot for Garbage Pail Kids soon. I did not do well with Richard's cards. I stayed on for like 15 minutes, and I did not get a single bid. I even was clumping like 10-cent cards, like 10 for a $2 start, and nobody was bidding on anything.
Really, that was your last
Yeah,
sale?
I got crickets and a guy that said, "Is this the kind of stuff we're going to be seeing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sorry." And then I was just like, after a few minutes, I was like, all right, boys, I'm not getting any bids, and this is kind of like you're going to see more of this stuff, so I'm just going to sign off. I'll throw it up.
There was
on
a
eBay.
lot of like 90s inserts and stuff like that, right?
And Richard's stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a lot. It's predominantly 90s and early 2000s insert cards, and then he's got a lot of 70s baseball and football.
Because I was walking and I jumped on for about 20 minutes, I guess, and was watching in the background.
Yeah.
So I got to see you putting up a couple of those 4 and 5 card lots, and
yeah. So that's it. Anyway, all right, boys.
Gentlemen.
See you next Wednesday.
Godspeed.
Here next Wednesday.
Chris, I'll look for your Whatnot.
Awesome.
All right, brother.
There, dudes.
Night, Internet.
Good night.